We sitting pretty. We sitting lovely. We ain't got to do nothing for the remaining of free agency.
You need to go chill with them.
What it is, Philly, what it do, baby? Your boy Miami Duffy, you're back in the bitty to come holla at you. Yeah, we ain't got to do nothing for the remaining of free agency, dog. Just on the simple fact that my boy Howie did a remarkable job this offseason, man. You know, bringing some of the gang back, bringing in new talent and bringing in new blood. You know, we lost some guys, but we brought in guys that can come in and fill the void of those particular players and those particular positions that we lost. But before I even get into it, man, because I could really get carried away talking about these Eagles, I want to say, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow Eagle. You know, bang, bang, bird game. Birds of a feather flock together, baby. And we got to continue to soar high and fly high on this journey. Man, let's get into it. It's a beautiful thing, what my boy Howie been doing this whole offseason. You know, signing former Saints player Kentavious Street to a 1-year deal. You know, he had 3.5 sacks this past season. You know, it's definitely a good thing. We can bring in a guy that can definitely contribute to our defensive line room and add depth on top of that, because he's going to play an intricate role in this season. You know, as the season way on and go on, he's definitely going to come in and start striding and start striving in the right directions, just because the depth and the one-on-one matches that he's going to get. So now we can go ahead and run a lot of stunts now. Run different stunts, and that rotation is going to be certain serious. So that is what I mean about different fronts. You know, now you can run Fletch. Now you can run Fletch, different looks. Fletch and Davis. Fletch and Hargrave. Excuse me, not Hargrave. Williams, Teron Jackson, and Kentavious Street. There's many different ways, many different looks you could put up on there now. So it's a definitely good thing that my boy Howie went ahead and go and do this. Now we about to talk about the draft. We're about 3 weeks away from the draft. Man, everybody speculating, everybody assuming, everybody wanting us to go get Bijan Robinson, wanting us to go get Christian Gonzalez, wanting us to go get Joey Porter Jr. It's been reported that we went ahead and he's visiting with us today, if I'm not mistaken. Wanting us to go get Branch from Bama. That's preferably one of my picks that I want us to go ahead and use with our 2 first-round picks. But Eagle fans, I'm sorry, but we're not going to get Bijan Robinson. I don't see it. We have a running back by committee, and plus our quarterback, you know, he can get jiggy with the best of them. So I definitely see us going ahead and going to get, with our 10th pick, we're going ahead and going to get an offensive lineman. I definitely see that. Offensive lineman or defensive lineman. I see that in our near future. I definitely see it, just on the simple fact that we lost our right guard. So we have to replace him with somebody. Yeah, we have Cam Jurgens. We could probably slide Cam Jurgens into that spot, but, you know, you always want to have depth. You always want to have a backup, because, you know, football is 100% injury rate. So you always want to have guys and have bodies that can come in and do the damn thing and do an exceptional job. So these couple of guys that I have that I'm about to name is guys that I definitely feel that can come in and come in right away and contribute. My first guy, man, he's the #1 rated offensive lineman, man. That's Peter Skoronski. Man, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. 6'4", 314 pounds. Man, he's amazing. He played at the University of Northwestern. That's my only flaw. That's one of my only flaws about him. He's a hell of a talent. I'm not gonna take anything away from him. He's a hell of a talent. But he played in kind of a subpar, a weaker conference compared to the other guy that I'm soon to mention. You know, but the great part about it, he played against the former number two overall pick last year in Aiden Hutchinson when Hutchinson was at Michigan, and Hutchinson couldn't do nothing against him. And by the way, Skoronski played left tackle. Hutchinson couldn't do nothing. He balled him up like a piece. And then on top of that, his footwork is immaculate. His base is always on point, and also he played with a good lower center of gravity. So it's definitely a good thing that you can have a guy that played left tackle, you know, just in case, God forbid, Malata get hurt, we can have a guy that we could slide into that position or whatever the case may be. And then his run blocking is superb. You know, he's able to pull, and that's a huge thing, especially with our type of offense. Our offense is fast paced. our offense is fast paced. So, we're a balanced offense, but we could get busy in the running game with the best of them. If not the best. So it's definitely going to serve a purpose drafting a guy like that can definitely pull a tackle that can pull and allow him to get to the second level, so where he can be able to open up running lanes for Gainwell and so forth and so on. So now the second player that I definitely see on my radar, that when I turn on his film, I'm definitely enamored about his size, and on top of that, his ability, what he can do. I'm not for I'm not with I don't get excited about seeing somebody in shorts and shirts and at the combine. My eyes do not light up when I see that. Yeah, it's a good thing to watch. It's something to watch. But for the most part, what that film tell me? What the eye in the sky tell me? And Osiris Townsend is a guy that when I turn on his film, I definitely see a large man. Large man, 6'5", 346 pounds. He's a large, big body, and he played the right guard position. We lost Isaiah Seumalo, and now we could go ahead and go get Osiris Townsend. He's another guy that is a top rated offensive guard in this year's draft. Do I see him being 346 by the time training camp start? No. If we draft him, we're gonna tell him, hey, this is the weight requirement and everything. So that he's gonna get down in size. He's not gonna be 346 pounds come September, whatever. When it's time to when it's time to live bullets to be in effect. I don't see him being that size. So it's going to definitely serve a purpose to draft a guy that played in right guard, and on top of that, he played in the SEC, played at the University of Florida, which is the closest thing to the NFL. The speed is the closest thing to the NFL. So you want to get a guy that definitely have that sense of experience in playing in that line of fire and doing what he's supposed to do. And he's a guy, when I turn on his film, his pass pro is definitely neat work, same as with Skoronski, but there's always room for improvement in every area of life, But his pass pro is it's the middle of the pack. It's decent. His run pro, that's where he's excel at, and we're a balanced offense that can, when we get to running, and gunning, we definitely can blow the doors off people when we running the ball effectively. So he can definitely come in and contribute right away with his ability to be able to stop people, and when he get his hands on you, oh, you going to sleep. Just how when Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, he hit you with that uppercut, you going to sleep. Same thing with Townsend. He put them paws on you. Oh, you going to the ground. You finna eat that dirt, or you finna eat that turf. Most definitely. So it's definitely Townsend is Skoronski is my two guys that I definitely see as drafting with our 10th pick. Just because, if you think about it, offensive weapons solidified. Defensive weapons is solidified. Now, I'm going to say this, my honorable mention with our 10th pick, possibly 30th. Matter of fact, I'm going to save that one for the 30th, for the 30th pick, if he's still there. But I highly doubt it. But I'm going to just throw him in there now. With our 10th pick, my honorable mention would be Nolan Smith. Fast, twitchy guy, definitely played on a championship level defense 2 years in a row for the Bulldogs. So it's definitely, Nolan Smith is a guy that's definitely on my list. He can definitely get after the passer, and definitely he can drop in coverage. Man, fast as hell. So he's a guy that's definitely can go ahead and come in and be a key player for our defense. He played with Davis and he played with Dean on that 21 championship Georgia team. So they have a feel for him. They understand and they see the speed that he possesses. So he definitely a guy that can definitely slip into our hands if he doesn't go earlier than 10. But with our 30th pick, man, I definitely want us, as I mentioned earlier, I want us to go ahead and go get the safety from Bama and Branch. He's a guy that can come up and hit you in the mouth, he can get him a little FaceTime, and also he can go over the top and book something too. So he's a guy that I definitely feel can come in and contribute, and he can definitely excel in Philly with us, under Sean Desai and everything. So Branch is a guy that I definitely, when I turn on his film, I definitely see he play in the box very well. He excel and he make tackles in the box. And he can cover over the top. He have coverage ability. So that's a huge role that you definitely need playing strong safety. You got to be able to take on them tight ends. You got to be able to cover these tight ends. You know, the Evan Ingrams, the Darren Wallers of the world, the Travis Kelce of the world. You know, and I definitely feel, you know, as he continue to groom and get better, he could definitely do the damn thing and come in and be a plug and play type of guy. You know, because he's coming from Bama. So you know, Branch is another guy on my radar that I definitely feel we should go ahead and snatch up with our 30th pick and be ready to fly high.